Just go back and edit it. All right. I forgot where I was though.
The second question.
Yeah. So we were just talking about how you have a blended family dynamic and multiple business ventures. And I guess the biggest question was, what's the secret ingredient in your day that keeps the balance?
Oh yeah, the never quit mentality. Winners never quit and quitters never win. Or quitters never win and winners never quit. Same thing, but just understanding things. You gotta choose your heart, so I know either way, setting certain obstacles ahead of myself, it will be difficult to reach, but just making small attempts every day, you'll be surprised about the things you can accomplish. Yeah. So, like Jim, I was telling you earlier, like Jim Rohn said, Rome wasn't built in a day, but it was built daily.
Facts.
Yeah, we ain't gonna use that there right now. So, but yeah.
I guess what do they say sometimes? Do what the Romans do. Do what the Romans do, but I forgot what the quote is, but in other words, you gotta knock down obstacles to continue to build success.
Right. And a man without a plan is a man destined to fail.
Facts.
So first you gotta get you a plan. I made a mistake one time, having a plan and accomplishing everything on my plan and not making another plan. That's a recipe for a disaster. Not having goals, and direct goals give you direction.
Facts.
You need that direction. It's very important to always have a sense of direction, because without direction, you don't know where you're going, and you don't have any control where you end up most of the time. If you just out here moving, then you're actually drifting, and it's not good to be a drifter. But basically, by how we always move, you have to move with precision and make sure we understand what we're doing. You can get to the next question. You already know it.
Yeah. I guess my biggest question is, because you've been in the real estate game for a while too.
Right.
Before you became an official realtor, you were already doing investment properties and managing your own rental properties.
Right.
But I guess my question is, as a realtor, now that you have become a realtor, what's one moment with a client that made you feel you were changing lives and not just selling property?
I've had many moments. Usually each one is something that sits close to my heart, but one that sticks out is I helped the family that had multiple children, and I helped them buy their first home. And I usually don't celebrate or draw too much attention towards myself. I like to give people the privacy when we closed. So other than me doing marketing on my own or using them for my marketing, me taking pictures with them in front of their home and everything, this particular time they asked me to come to their house after closing, and when I got there, I asked them if I could take a picture of them with the children, and I took the picture and my eyes started watering up, and I never posted the picture. I didn't take the picture to use it as marketing. That's just one of the things I was happy to help them provide a home for the children. And we have been working together for a year and some change. So, but we got it done. Since then, they have called me several times to get over there to visit them. And I hadn't been able to make it yet because I'm so busy. But now that I'm sitting here talking about it, and every now and then it be coming in my mind, I said, man, I gotta get over there and see them. But so that's one of the special moments I've had as a realtor. Yeah. You go ahead, you can read.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how does the hustle of cutting hair? Because you've been, I mean, like that's what I remember, the grind of. That was like your first, not necessarily your first dose of entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
But that's, you know, I saw you just experimenting on different people and
Right.
cutting different people's hair.
Yeah, you can tell I cut your hair 4 times.
Yeah. But I just remember.
What ear was it? This one? Yeah.
It might have been my right one or left one.
right.
But just learning the craft of barbering,
Right.
man. And,
Yeah, it wasn't easy. Trust me. You know, no matter what I do, and all the things that I've figured out how to do, everything, even the dump truck. I thought I would just get in the truck and drive the truck. Everything is hard, but the understanding that, you know, if I went to go work at McDonald's right now, that would be hard because I don't know where the ingredients is, and I don't know where, I've never been in there before, so that obviously they'll have to train me. So what I figured out growing up having many jobs, I never had a job that I couldn't understand if I was trained well, you know. So you get me in there, you train me. I noticed that I was good at everything I ever tried to do. And you know, of course, learning curve might be harder on different things, but you know, when you're not used to doing something every day or all the time, at first it's always gonna be hard to you. But once I figured out, I had several different jobs, several different management jobs, several different positions, labor, desk work and everything. That's when I figured out, I was like, I can do anything. And once you understand that you can do everything, and it ain't just me, I really believe that everyone can do anything that they want to do, but you have to concentrate, you have to focus, and you know, never quit. When I first started barbering, I didn't make money for the first 3 months. And you know, my daughters, every day I come home, they say, Daddy, how did you do? How much money did you make? And I was honest with them, and I told them none. But now that I look back at it, what I showed them is, and I didn't know I was showing it to them at the time, was when you're trying to do something, it ain't gonna happen overnight. It's gonna take a while. So if you include barber school and me getting out here, my apprenticeship for like a year and a half, if you include everything, it took me about 3 to 4 years to start making money as a barber. But once I started making money as a barber, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like after I started making money as a barber, I've been making money ever since.
Right.
You know, so you know, one thing about barbering, you know, you get a clientele, you get your clientele right. Clientele take care of you for the rest of your life, as long as you know you want to continue cutting hair and everything. So that's why no matter what I'm doing, you know, I have people ask me, they say, man, you gonna stop cutting hair one day? And I say, nah. I didn't enjoy it at first, and then I prayed about it, asked God to allow me the strength to keep barbering and everything. And you know, I've always been thankful and grateful, but for a long time it was like a job that I created for myself. We're keeping the mustache.
I'm gonna cut it off.
Cut it off?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it was like a job I created for myself. So a lot of people that knew me, they come and, you know, they'll be like, oh, let me cut, you know, can you cut my hair? And I'm like, if I knew you, I didn't want to cut your hair, because I was just doing it for business purposes. So I have a way of being able to take care of my family, invest in rental properties and stuff like that, because real estate always been my first passion. But one thing about real estate, you have to have capital. So once I start building my capital through barbering, I took my money and invested it into real estate. And that's basically how I done that.
So how do you, especially like juggling so many different business ventures, I know it comes with frustration. And so what pieces of advice would you give for people who are, you know, multi-faceted, I guess you could say,
Right.
doing multiple ventures? Like, what kind of advice would you give them to stay cool and calm and collective as they take on to those challenges?
Well, that goes back to the same thing as choosing your heart. You know, me going to work a 9-to-5 job, that was extremely hard for me. I mean, it was painful. It was one of the most painfulest things I ever done in my life. I cried on my way to work, prayed on my way to work. I could not stand being in a place doing the same thing over and over all day long, and you know, getting paid hourly. I mean, you kind of capped off when you're doing that. So that was hard for me. So me doing whatever I want to do at my own pace, at my own speed, and when I want to, how I want to, charging what I want to, that's easy for me.
Right.
Even though it's still hard, both of them are hard, but I choose that hard over, you know, having a cap over my head, having somebody to tell me when I could come in, tell me when I could leave. So like that's where I get it from. I can work all day long as I know ain't nobody making me.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
You know,
right.
kind of pushed me to that, not
Right.
kind of. You know,
Right, yeah.
I'm tired of working for other
yeah.
people. And
So, and you know what we say, we ain't never really working for other people. We just contracting with them and everything. But when they do control the hours that you could work and stuff like that, it makes it hard. But you know, like right now, I'm working for you. You know what I'm saying? But I could go there and sit down and take my time working for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? And everything. But yeah, it's one of those things where nobody I know that I've met. I hope I meet somebody. Well, I got a few people, maybe, I guess, I don't know, that, you know, they don't mind working. But most of the people that I know, don't nobody wake. I ain't never met nobody wake up in the morning and be like, "Oh, I'm going to work today."
Like they're excited, right?
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, I do finally, after, you know, been working since I was 16. I'm 43 now. I finally do feel all right by going to work because I know it's on my own, under my own terms.
Right.
And I know I ain't got to work that hard. You know, everything that, the way I got everything set up now. I do have sometimes when, as far as barbering, I do work hard as a barber. You know, if I got 20 clients I got to cut in 4 hours, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of, but by the grace of God, when I do have to perform like that, I'm in a great mood to do it.
Yeah.
So, you know, but God kind of throws me alley hoops because He said when I don't feel like doing that much work, He don't send me that many people to cut. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know when I tell people that, they be like, "Well," I'm like, "Yeah, man. If I feel like it, I'm busy. If I, you know, feel like relaxing, I'm relaxed. I'm coasting. Like a day like today, I'm coasting." Yeah. So.
And also free up time.
Right. Yeah. Two things about other ways to get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Or just have time for yourself. Peace. You know.
Good deal. Good deal. Yes, those are like the main questions I had, man.
Oh, that was it. That was easy, man.
Yeah.
We could have been did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could have been did that.
That's content, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
I want to. I mean, we could do other ones. That
Yeah, we can do something at the house too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
You can get the kids in there. You
That-
know, ask them what they want to do.
Mhm.
You know, see what they think about me. Yeah, 'cause I would love to see that. You know, see what they think. I want to, you know, you ask them. You say, "What does your daddy do for a living?" I want to see what they say.
Oh, that's a good
You know
question.
what I'm saying?
What do you think they would say?
Man, I ain't no telling. I ain't no telling. You know, because it's crazy because people ask my oldest kids. They say, "What your daddy do now?" They're like, I don't know what he do." You know.
Yeah.
They know basically, but they, you know, I guess because they still ask me. They're like, "Daddy, do you still cut hair?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I still cut hair." You know. So, you know, one minute you see me cutting hair, or, you know, I don't really post too much about the barber, you know, but you know, one minute you see me selling a house, and the next minute you see me selling a car. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So, you know, they probably confused, like, what in the world is this dude doing? You know, but
Yeah, that's interesting that you say that, because even with Amazon, they started out selling books.
right,
Now they got different departments.
right,
Tires, whatever you want.
right.
But I guess my point is that as an entrepreneur anyway, you have to add different layers to your business. And that's what you're doing.
Oh yes, definitely. You have to when they tell you know, to diversify, when you have to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. I ain't never had a job where I only had one duty. You know, they say, "All right, you just come do this." Nah, they gonna, hey, get over there, mop that floor.
Yep.
Wipe that ball down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you like, "Bro, I got hired to run the cash register." They like, "Hey, Jack, but you know, you got hired to do whatever we need you to do."
Other duties as assigned.
Yeah, so, you know, one thing here I'm the barber. I got to cut your hair. I got to clean the barber shop up. I got to pay the bills. So I'm the operations manager too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, it's just when you're doing everything for somebody else that you probably never met before, why not do it for yourself? You know, you really just got to be conscious and have an understanding of that, because and then, you know, I was telling you the other day, somebody was like, oh, you got to be responsible for this, and I just like the understanding of, I know how much I'm gonna get paid every week, but you know what I've seen, cuz, is like, if I was getting paid $1,500 a week versus the way I get paid now and what I produce for myself, it might be very seldomly a week that I don't make $1,500, but it's some weeks that I make more than $1,500.
Right. Fact.
You know, that counts up, adds up to be it. And if I put the amount of money that I'm able to produce working for myself versus somebody giving me $1,500 a month for the full year salary, the numbers that I'm producing by myself would outweigh that. Me letting somebody pay me $1,500 a week.
Facts.
Or, you know, and stuff like that. So, but a lot of times, with me being good with numbers, I understand that. And then, you know, everything I do is economy based. So if the economy isn't doing well, then I could look outside, look across the street over that Grants down at Convenience Corner, and I look and I see they ain't got no cars over there. Like, they ain't got nothing over there now. You know, I don't know if it's from the storm now. I look over there at Convenience Corner, they ain't busy. I can't expect to be busy.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, so a lot of people don't pay attention to that. They feel like they doing something, they did something wrong. And me, you know, I have an understanding. Of course, you know, even before I started selling cars, everybody makes money around income tax time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of money out here. Every summer, I'm telling you this for when you jump out there, every summer between May and June, yo, that's when the harvest from January to March is important. You
Right.
keep that money from January to March, because your May and June is gonna be tough. Those are probably the two hardest months out of the year to make money, as you know, when you're working for yourself, start doing self-employment. Because those 2 months, people done spend all their income tax money. Now they gotta go to work. Now they mad, and you know, and you see, I left July out because that's when they kick it back in.
Right.
Mother's Day, bam, the economy go up. Then boom, we gonna skip Father's Day, because I ain't gonna lie, like it go up, it's still up for Mother's Day, and then they come back and hit you with the 4th of July. That's when people start spending money again. And then boom, same
gotta
thing
do
after
something
July.
then.
Yeah, then go back to school. People gonna spend money, put the kids back in school, clothes, get them a car, to go to college, all that stuff. But then that September and October, same thing. So them 4 months there, those are the hardest months. You know, I don't never not expect to not make any money, but I know, you know, it ain't like the other months. And that's why I really think holidays are economy boosters. The way it's set up.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Them holidays set there to boost the economy. And even some of these storms, you know. Oh yeah, we finna have a storm. What you finna do? But they finna go to the grocery store and buy everything about it there, Jack. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my bad, guys. It wasn't as bad as we thought. You ain't better take all that bread and milk back. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely psychology to it.
Right, yeah.
Psychology to business too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and that's why I got to start spending more time trading, because if I could call it like that and you can start seeing it like that, man, that's where we need to be on that trading block. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Oh, they finna go buy all the toilet paper. We finna buy all Charmin. You know what I'm saying? Because what you think happens to that stock when they go do that?
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? They go all buy all the beans. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, they went and bought all the beans, bro. They went and bought all the, you know. And,
I even think about when they used to talk about, when I used to ask certain people what it is that they do.
Yeah.
And they would talk about trading different commodities.
Right, yeah. I didn't know they had like the agriculture on corn and stuff like that on there.
Soybean,
bro,
all that.
Like, yeah.
But now it's no longer a commodity with the import taxes.
Oh yeah,
and with how trading has been manipulated with agriculture. These farmers have an excess of a bunch of soybean and corn that they ain't selling anymore. So it's dropped tremendously. And now you have places like China and different places in Europe that's producing their own. So now the agriculture game in the United States is shifting too. Forcing them to create new value-added products. Because before, it was selling like hotcakes the past 30 years, 40 years.
Right.
So you think about it, nobody in, well, I ain't gonna say nobody, but I mean, a lot of people in the United States don't even use soy. It's places, it's foreign countries that's consuming it.
Right.
But now they figured out how to produce their own. Especially with the tariff. It was like you scratch my back, I scratch yours. But that's wild how you called it with economics and consumer behavior, man.
Right.
I even think about gas, fuel prices. This is not the first time that I remember it being $3.50 a gallon. But people feel like it is. Oh man, this is messed up.
Oh man, that gas was $5 a gallon when Barack was in office.
Fact.
When I quit working, when I stopped working, gas was $5 a gallon, bro. Like for real. And I don't know why people act like they can't remember that. You know what I'm saying? During the recession, gas was $5 a gallon.
Facts.
It was crazy.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. After that, when that happened, I stopped looking at the gas prices. Cause I don't need but 3 or 4 gallons. You feel me?
Right.
But a person that travels a lot, I'm pretty sure they affected. But shoot, I think probably 3 miles from here to my house. Probably might be 5. What you think? How many you think it is? It ain't that much. How you get on?
That's what, a 5-minute drive, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
it's. You see, where I be trying to bust them circles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like shit, I be like, let me go hit this circle and go back to the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't do no extra ride. I do a lot of riding around, but they don't be extra.
Yeah, I feel like 20 miles can add up quick here.
Yeah, let's see.
I think about how many times I've been back and forth to Lowe's.
2.5 miles.
Okay.
7 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's why I was thinking about moving somewhere else before, and I was like, shit, I like being out. I don't, I walk to work sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it take about an hour, but sometimes when I want to walk,
You'll probably never pack on no pounds if you did that.
what, every day? Oh,
Yeah.
nah,
Or a bike.
yeah.
Or a bike
Yeah,
too.
oh yeah. I've been trying to get me an electrical bike. Yeah, I've been trying to get me an electrical bike. Man, you don't know how long I was worried about that interview. I was like, no, I don't feel like doing no interview, cause you know what I'm saying. And then I was like, yo, ain't no thing.
Ain't
You know what I'm
nothing.
saying? Ain't
Yeah.
nothing to it. You know, I need to have that thing on all times when the customers come in here. If I would have had it when Mel was coming in here showing his ass, I know we would have went viral off of him. You feel me?
You can go live with it too, whenever you feel. Like it actually increases your algorithm too.
Right.
When you go live, that's why I do them.
Right. I watched yours. I was like, shoot. I was like, Carl's got a dope setup. You know what I'm saying? I said he on to something. Yeah. So.
I tell you though, man, being on the camera, man, I haven't perfected it yet. I'm still working on it, and it's mainly to build my confidence.
Right.
To build my confidence, create content, get myself out there, focus on not stuttering. I do have like a speech impediment that I realize when I record.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, I used to hate how I sound.
Now Jim Ron said he used to get up there and be stuttering. He was getting up there. He said one time he stood up and his brain said sit back down or something. He was saying, but he was saying he just had a hard time public speaking too before, and I had got an invite to come speak to some kids actually read to some children at Monroe Avenue, and I was like, man, I don't want to read in front of no, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even like doing that when we was in school, and I was like, but understanding, you do different things. If that's one of your fears, then that's what you need to be doing. And I said, because I was like, if you ever want to get into, what is it called when you're making content and stuff like that? What is it?
Like vlogging?
Like you selling like videos, infomercials, not infomercials, but what is it called? What's the term I'm looking for? You don't know what I'm talking about? It's like when you're selling stuff on the internet.
Okay.
What is it called? Like you might make a CD, tell somebody how to start a truck driving business.
Okay.
What is that called?
So like just like, I don't know, how-to videos.
Yeah,
YouTube?
but it's called digital something, I think. What is it called?
I mean, you got content creation, digital.
It's I can't believe I can't figure out what it. Hey Siri, what is it called when you sell how-to video?
Natalie beeping in.
I found this on the web for what is it called when you sell how-to video. Check it out.
It's called Hold on, I'm gonna blow that hair out for you.
Let me see what she want.
What is it called?